Welcome to the Wakefield Doctrine and the Theory of Clark, Scotts, and Rogers. This is a Saturday night, and this is the third of a Saturday night drive, and we have in the dashboard Cyndi, Downspring Cyndi, and the DS1. You guys want to say hello?
Sure. Go ahead.
We have rehearsed this, yes.
Hi, it's Cyndi.
Hello, Cyndi. Denise, DS.
I already said hello.
Oh, yes, okay, yeah.
I said hello.
Okay, this, for anybody listening, this is an experiment in sort of a live discussion of a particular topic. The setup for the topic is earlier this evening, I was sitting next to a Roger, and another person in the setting came up. It wasn't a direct friend, but said hello to the Roger sitting next to me, and the Roger turned on the charm and ended up getting this person to tell way more than they should have. So it occurred to me, as everything does about the doctrine, is holy smoke, what did the Roger do just then? And everything condensed down to my statement that Clarks let people talk a lot, Scotts make people talk a lot, and Rogers encourage people to talk a lot. So since I do love symmetry, and I'll do the setup that we all know everybody does everything at one time or another, it's all about the different perspectives. Do you guys have a sense of why people enjoy talking to a Roger, a Scott, and a Clark? And I may have done that too broadly, but jump in on that notion that when it comes to interaction, the three will do the same thing with a different intent, characteristic of their worldview. And I know I'm ending up doing all the talking, but I'll say that a Clark lets people talk. We're uncritical. We're good listeners. You guys are.
Sure, I agree. I agree. How about you, Cyndi? I agree.
I agree, although in my efforts to please people, I sometimes talk a lot and share too much.
Okay. But, well, expand on that. I got a sense of what you mean by that. Now, we're talking a non-too involved conversation, a semi-social. Let's keep it on that level. You know, you meet somebody, you already know them a little bit, but you're not like, it's not a spouse or a relative, and you're just getting into a casual conversation. As a Clark, what do you think you're doing?
As a Clark, I'm definitely holding back, actually, because I don't know the situation, and I don't know them, and yes, and Clark's being more having to listen a little bit more is, yeah, that's definitely.
And we're oh so polite. And I didn't mean to over talk you, Cyndi, but I agree with what you're saying. And we're polite.
And non-critical. We can listen to the silliest of shit with a straight face.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Yes, this is quite passive as we take in all the different information from all the different sources, for sure.
Perfect point. And, you know, let's make a note of that, because passive along with fear is one of those features of the worldview of a Clark that isn't always easy to discuss and figure out, but that to me, that hits it right on the head. We're receptive. We could, put a better spin on it. Receptive and uncritical, but it amounts to the same thing. They know that they can tell us anything. Yes?
Yeah, I agree. In fact, I think that when Rogers or even Scott sense that you're a listener, they don't, even if they haven't heard of the doctrine, if they sense that you're a listening kind of person, they will unload a lot of things onto you.
Yep. And how the hell is it that all of us, one out of three here is totally unrelated to the other two, is that if I made a statement like, the way I grew up, holding a confidence is considered a very high level, good quality to have. almost every Clark I talk to identifies with that people can tell you something and because they know it's not going to go any further if they request your confidence. It's that's
It's a true thing. Go ahead.
uh-uh.
Oh, I was going to say too that yes, I agree. Although I was guilty of kind of saying stuff every once in a while. So it was just kind of juicy and too good to be true.
Mm-hmm.
I was guilty of saying, "Oh, you promised not to tell."
Yep.
Although, like, if it was a real secret, though, then I wouldn't, like, if it was something that would not benefit anyone, then yes, I would always guard it.
Well, it's also why we're not wired into social networks very well. Rogers, if anybody, the term gossip applies frankly to Rogers and not even that as a derogatory, it's simply that the commerce of social interaction involves exchanging information, and Rogers get a lot, but they get a lot because they'll trade it away to the next person, and that we don't do that, or I don't do that, and I never get included in on that kind of information directly because I'm not a good investment. You tell me stuff, and that's all you get. You get me to listen. You're not going to get me to exchange the thing I heard about the other person.
That's true. Oh, go ahead.
No, yes, there's a bumping in. Thank you, Cindy. I was just going to say, with the Rogers, you can tell conversationally that there is other motivations, that it's a whole